Hey everyone, it's Lisa, and today is Monday, and my kids are out of school for President's Day. So we were just hanging around the house, and I was getting ready to do my makeup, and I figured, well, I might as well do it on camera. It's not anything special. It's one of my favorite looks, though, with a pinky, just kind of nude eye, and so kind of just a strong liner, which I love, just on top, and lashes, and I've got stuff going on all around me, and here so we go. Right back. And so today, let's see, I had a little breakout right there, and one little, I hate when I get those little bumps. I remember in high school thinking I was allergic to lipstick because I would get these bumps, but I just think, I don't know what causes, probably hormones or something. So, and crazy hair. I'll start off like usual with my Giorgio. The reason I like it is it just cancels out that darkness, and also if I had to compare it to for years and years I used the Bobbi Brown corrector. It's thinner. It's much thinner, and it does not crease. The Bobbi Brown, I mean, I can get it to look good, but not for all day. And I had just pretty much given up on anything like this until I have a lot of people ask me, why do I use this and then go over it with the Rachel K? Why don't I do the Rachel K first or whatever? I have tried it that way. Let's see, I won't even put it right here. I have tried it that way, and I don't know, it's just, I like this directly onto the skin. It just seems to go right into the skin, and that's just the way I like it. I think we all just have our things that we do, and we can't really explain why they work or why we like it that way, but it just does. So I'm going to use the Fair or Classic Rachel K. You can see they're just like going nuts behind me. Okay, and if you hear that fan, I'm making chicken and pastry today, and my chicken is cooking. I've got to have the fan on because it's, I'm cooking my chicken. Okay, I use the Fair because as you can see, my face is already much lighter than the rest of me, and this is going to make it even lighter. But then I can use my Classic Beige, which is my favorite mineral powder, but it is a little bit too dark. So this, with the Classic Beige, makes it perfect. And so I'm just going to work it into the worst parts use it as a primer. Use it like you would a primer. Just work it into your skin where you think you need the pore coverage, and you want your makeup to last, like in the oilier spots. And I guess when I go under my eyes, I just kind of smooth it out like that. I don't really rub it in. Like that. Around my nose, over my lips, and it just dries straight to a powdery finish. And that's what this is different to me than all the other BB and CC creams, is they were always so moisturized, and they were more like a tinted moisturizer, where this really, evens out your skin tone and dries to a better finish. Okay. So you can see that's ghostly, but it makes sense when I put the Mercier on top. Okay, I am going to use my Sephora 55 airbrush. I've had people going nuts looking for this brush, and they don't make it anymore. They make a newer version, which I have. This is what the new one looks like. It's a Sephora, it says Pro Airbrush number 55. So it's still the same. They just revamped it, and I do like it. I still like my other one a little bit better, but if I couldn't get my other one, I would get this one. And you can see it's good and dirty, which makes it even better. It takes a while. Like if I were to use that one today, it wouldn't work very well. So I get some on my brush. Okay, I'm working it in my brush. Start right here at the cheek where you don't mind it being darker, and just start blending it in. All around my lips, up in my forehead, this. And I usually do probably one side at a time. And so you can see I'm going up underneath my eyes like that, on the side of my nose, and then kind of buffing it down like that. So, oh God, they're going to drive me nuts. Okay. Between your eyes. And it seems like the more you go over and buff, the prettier of a finish you get. And you don't have to necessarily put more on. I'm just kind of using what's left in the lid. But just keep going over and buffing, and it works it into the skin, and it makes it a prettier, smoother finish. There's that. And then this is something pretty exciting. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed that one of my favorite bronzers or contour is one of the it's one of the MAC blushes, but it's discontinued, and it's called Tan Tone, and it is a sheer tone blush, and I've just always loved it. It's just like the perfect brown with not too much red, not too much orange, but I always hate to use it because it's discontinued. Well, this morning I wanted to use it so bad, but I thought, let me go see how much it looks like the, let's see, Casino, and it is very, very, very close. I mean, very close. Let me swatch both of them. Those are the two swatched. Let's see. Okay, this one is the Casino, and this is the Tan Tone, so it looks like the Casino has more of a sheen to it, but that's okay. So when I'm using a dark color like this, I like to use not as big of a brush for some reason, which I don't know if that makes sense, but that's just the way I like to do it. And I'm going to use, I've really enjoyed these Sedona lace brushes, and these are synthetic, so I don't know if, you know, if that's something. Some people just like to use natural hair, but anyway, so I'm going to put a little bit of this on my brush, and I put this in here, and I'm just going to start right here at the bottom of my cheekbones and kind of apply it and swirl it at the same time, but I want to keep it right here for this look. Okay, a little bit more. Okay, so it just gives me a little bit of contour, and then I always contour my forehead right here. It gives you a good frame to your face. I always was scared of this Casino. I always thought it would be too dark, but I love it. You can see it's not too dark. And a lot of people highlight down their nose, and I usually bronze mine because my nose is always already so thin. And then a little bit on my chin because my face is already angular and a little bit more bony. So right here on that cheekbone, up on the cheekbone right there. Okay, because I just like the way that, I don't know, I just like the way that looks. It might be because my cheekbones are kind of bony right there, so I don't want them to look too bony, so I go underneath it and on top of the cheekbone right there. Okay, for blush, I didn't even bring one out here, but I want to use kind of a pinky blush for this look. So it's one of my favorite blushes, and I don't talk about it enough. It is the Fleur Power F-L-E-U-R blush, and it is a satin. And I think that's one of the reasons I like it. I'm just going to wipe off this brush and then put just a little bit right there underneath my eye and work it out a little bit, just for some color. Okay, and that gives me a little bit of color right there, and I can't help, I still want to put it on the top of my cheekbones right there. Okay, so let's do lips to give me some life. I decided to do one of my old standby favorites, and this is the Dior Terracotta Liner, or Earth. I think the girl that sold it to me, she called it Terracotta, and that's why I cannot get that out of my mind, but the name is Earth. Okay, and it looks sharpened enough. So I like to go from the outside in on my lips and kind of shade in like that. Notice how I'm holding it at a slant. So you're getting the darkest on the outside, and then it kind of does a gradient line in. Now the bottom lip is always tricky. Matter of fact, I've even gone through phases where I don't even do the sides. I just do right here because the sides are always, it's tough to get them looking right sometimes, especially if you have a lot of, I don't know, I have like a lot of lip skin or something right there. So what you can do is just the bottom like that, and then leave the sides open. Let's see, do I want to do that? Let me do it just a little bit. And I could go, you know, I have done the whole way around. But this is the closest I've ever found to my rose amethyst. And it is the Dior Mitzah Lilac. And I haven't used this in a long time. I wanted to use it today. And it is a really pretty nudie, kind of like purpley pink. Notice how I'm going up over that little bit of earth liner, because there's just something about this blue pink mixed with that earth terracotta type color that makes it pretty. And I don't know if I feel like I want that liner on the bottom. I feel like I do a little bit. So let's see. Let's go around it just a little bit, because that kind of gives you that skin color. Yeah, I think I like it like that. Oh, this lipstick feels so good. And if you don't like it, you know, you can always, if it's spilling over, like mine spills over sometimes, I have to do like that. But this is one of those, today's look is one of those kind of soft bombshell looks. So that's what I wanted to do. Okay, and I'm not going to do any lip gloss. Should I? I'm going to leave it like that. Maybe we'll do some lip gloss at the end. Okay, and then this is a product. I'm so sorry that I have never found anything like this, and I'm still going to look, but it is the Girl Friendly Paint Pot. That one I showed you the other day is just not a good dupe for this because it's so metallic, but this is just a pretty, like a dull pink paint pot, and I hope that they'll come out with something like it, but this is my favorite base to use. So if you know of something like this, let me know. And so I just put this straight on my lid. Sometimes I put the Mercier first, but I have found that this is just enough by itself, and I just kind of blend it out like that with my fingers. Sometimes I think if I use a brush for this, it puts too much. I think the fingers kind of work it in your skin a little bit better. But you can see I could just pretty much go with just this. It just provides the perfect amount of color and a little bit of contour to my lid. And I usually don't put anything on the lower. And I am going to go wash my hands and check on my chicken. Next, this is one of my all-time favorite Nars shadows, and it just doesn't look like much, but there's something about it put over this paint pot, and it's called Night Star, and it's just a, I don't know, it's just a beigey, I don't know how they describe it, and it's got lots of shimmer, but they seem to just fall off, or it won't bother you, and it just looks really pretty over this pink. So I'm going to use this Sedona Lace 863 brush and just kind of fluff some over this like that and work it kind of like that. Up into the crease, and you can see how much of that Girl Friendly still kind of comes through, but this just, I don't know, mutes it a little bit, and I just love it. It looks so pretty, and you can see, I don't know if you can see, the sparkles are still kind of, and I'm going to take a little bit and just kind of run it. Okay, so I did that, and the next thing I'm going to do is that I really like and I don't use enough, and it is the Mercier Deep Blonde little brow compact, and I like that it has two of the two colors, and they're not too dark, and they're a little bit ashy or cooler, but they're not too cool. And I'm going to use this brush, which is the Sedona Lace 561. I'm trying to use these and see what I really think, but so far so good. And so I'm putting the lightest color, let's see, right here, and getting that line going, and then push up, because I don't want too much color right there in the beginning, like that. You can tell my eyebrows are starting to grow out again because they're getting piecier looking right there. Okay, and then I'm going to take the darker color and kind of thicken up this end and bring it out a little bit more. like this. Maybe let's round this top out a little bit more like that. Okay, go on color and round that out and extend that just a little bit with the darker. I mean, I don't care if they're not solid, you know. I just want them to be kind of defined. I'm just going to use my blonde brow gel from Anastasia. I secretly like this one the best anyway. Okay, so this just adds a little bit of warmth and we'll hold them in place. Okay, and now we're going to do the liner, and I am going to use my Louise Young LY24. This just seems to be the one I have the best luck with, and I'm going to use my good old Blitz N Glitz liner, which has always been one of my favorites from MAC. I think it's the first one I ever got, and it's just black with a little, it says shimmer, but it really isn't. It's just an off black kind of. Okay, let's start. I'm not going to go all the way in like I usually do. What I'm going to do is just start right here and kind of work out, because of course I'm going to put on lashes. And I notice most people look down when they're doing their liner, and that's probably what I should do, but that would be tough for me out here unless I did it right there. But anyway, I'm going to try to do this the best that I can. And I want kind of a thick winged liner, but I want the kind that's just kind of halfway out, kind of like Angelina Jolie or something like that. So what I'm going to do is come down, and then I'm going to kind of go out and up to meet the end of my brow like that, and kind of get that going. And then I'm going to kind of bring this back in, and because my eyes naturally go down, I have to be kind of probably a little bit more extreme than some people do. Okay, so bring that back in. Looks like I messed up my point there. And then you can go back and kind of smooth out the top. Matter of fact, sometimes I like to just hold it and then just do solid strokes and smooth out the top like that. Okay, and that's probably, let's see, I'm gonna have to redo my remover on the end of this, and I'm gonna try to save it, but if I can, I'll do it again. I just want to sharpen up that. Okay, I'm just going to do it again. So I'm just going to take this off and do it again. Okay, let's try to make it there. Oh gosh, see, I'm trying to mess it up again. I think it's because I'm long distance here. Okay, let's just see how that looks after I put my lashes on. Okay, so start right here, right at the, I would say like right above your, the pupil. Kind of blend in. You're just kind of putting the color there close to the lashes now. And then start your line, come down, come across, and then fill it in. Like that. Okay, of course they do not match. Let's try to make this one. Okay, yeah, that's better. Okay, that's more of what I wanted. Okay. And I really hate not putting anything right there, but let's try it. Next thing I'm going to do is put on my lashes, and I've worn these I don't know how many times. They are the Ardell 120 self-adhesive, and that, because they're self-adhesive, they have that little band right there, which also looks kind of like eyeliner, and that's why I don't think I'm going to need as much on the inside. So I'm going to use, I like the good old Duo Lash Glue in dark tone. And I put it on there, and I usually set one down and then go to the other one and let that one be getting tacky a little bit. And then I just pick them up with my tweezers. Make sure that they are kind of shaped in the shape of my eye. And I kind of position these in different ways. When I'm wearing a look like this, I want the outer edge to kind of come up a little bit and there to be more on the end. So that's what I do. Is I would put them more like that. And then just press that end. Instead of bringing that, instead of bringing the lashes on the inside in more, I just leave them right there. And make sure they're positioned like that. And then, so make sure it's bent. I hope this hasn't been too long now to stick. Okay, and then put it right here where the lashes just begin to grow. And then apply it, and I kind of just stick it out some. Like that. And then press it in. And you can just take the end of a brush or anything, toothpick or anything, and just make sure that inside is stuck. Don't worry about getting glue on something, because this glue is kind of like rubberized. It'll just come right off of whatever. So like that. And I am going to, let's see, before I forget, I want to put a little bit of this DermaBlend powder in my T-zone, and I am going to order some of those ambient light powders from Sephora. I'm trying to pick out what colors I want to get today. I know I'm going to order the yellow tone one, but so we'll see how that goes. I've had a few people ask me, and I'm going to try it. And another thing before I forget, and this is silly, off the subject, but I do not want to forget. For those of you that watch the Shahs of Sunset, Lily, that YSL chain, big gold chain necklace that she has with the toggle and the YSL, if anybody knows where you can get one of those, will you let me know? Because I have looked everywhere, and it must not be sold anymore. But a lot of you live in big cities where stuff like that is available, and if you'll let me know, I want that necklace so bad, and I looked all weekend and couldn't find it, so didn't want to forget that. Okay, and then put a little bit of powder, and I usually use that, let's see, that 225 brush, but you know, like I said, it's discontinued, so you can't get it anymore. I wanted to show you something else you could use instead that I really like, and that is the 165 by MAC. And there's also, I was watching Tammy Uppy's Beads this morning, and she was showing one by Real Techniques that I'm going to get that looks like it will be a good one. So I work at my brush, I just go down the center of my face like that, and right here in this T-zone, and on my chin like that. You just leave the rest of your face glowy. You know what, I was going to do something that I didn't do. I'm going to go ahead and do it, even though it's not normally I would do it before. Sorry, I was just coughing and drinking. A lot of you ask me why I don't use a highlighter. Do I still like the Lilac Spotlight? Do I still like this or that? And I do. I just don't use them every day. It's just, you know, I use different ones. And I really like my skin to glow on its own. The Mercier usually provides that. But this is one that I really like. And when I look back at videos that I like my look, I always look to see what I had on. And a lot of times I had on this. And it is the Mosaic Starlet Mosaic from Mercier, and I believe it was a limited edition. You might still be able to get it. And I like using it with this big like bronzer brush from Bobbi Brown, and I get a little bit of the colors, and I just go right here on the tops of my cheeks. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but it has such a pretty color. So I wanted to do that today. And I haven't fixed plussed. I think I'm just going to leave it like this today. And so now let's put on some mascara. I've been loving this Mary Kay Lash Love mascara. I'm going to put it on the bottom lashes and on a little bit on the top, just to blend my lashes up into the top. And then on the end, I just usually pull my lashes out to kind of blend in with the false lashes. Bottom. I didn't put any shadow on the bottom of my lashes except for that Nars, the light one, because I like this look to be mostly on the top. Okay, so just the lashes on the bottom. I just like the way it looks with just the lashes. I love the way the wand is really skinny and it has a lot on it, and it doesn't transfer underneath. Okay, so I can't decide if I like having absolutely nothing on the inside when I'm wearing the false lashes. And I just picked this up last night. I forgot how much I used to love this, and it's the Jordana Fabuliner. And so go right into, this is real easy to get right into that corner, and that's what I'm going to do. And I might have to get my mirror again to do that. I think with the lashes, I think I need just a little bit of something in here, just to connect it a little bit. What do you think? Is that better? I think it is. This is a hard angle to do. Stay on camera. That's good, and it connects right with it. What else do I need to do here to complete this look? I need to do the under eye brightener. I'll be right now. I'm going to use the Maybelline Buff. Give it a couple clicks, and then just go right here where I just want it to be a little bit brighter. Put a little bit more over there, and just work it in with your finger. Just kind of pat it in right there. Especially in that little part right there, always gets the darkest. And that gives you that little bit of glow, but not crazy. Okay, and I think that is it. So I am going to go get dressed, do a simple stay-at-home outfit of the day, and okay, I thought we would just add, just for fun, Baby Sparks makes everything better. This is MAC Baby Sparks, and I thought this would be probably a good one to put on top of this because it wouldn't change the color too much. Oh, that is so pretty. And always make sure you go to the top of your lip because that's what gives you that good kind of reflection. So that makes it perfect. Okay, now I'll be right back with my stay-at-home outfit of the day. I look like one of those blue dancers. But I just have on this comfortable Gap t-shirt, and it's blue. It's just about the same color as my Victoria's Secret sweatpants, which I love doing that. I love wearing all one color. And it's so cold, if I were to go out, I'm going to put a jacket on anyway. Just have on my comfy Uggs. I have the lighter ones, but for some reason I always go to this. And okay, here comes Bubba. Here comes my big boy. Oh, goodness. Okay, let's go say hey. Okay, so here is Big Bubba. And he is a sweet boy with a big fluffy tail, and I love those big feet. Just the sweetest. What you looking at? Huh? You looking at everything? And because I'm just staying home, I'm not going to put on any accessories or anything. and no fragrance. I still have that cough and everything else going on. Will and I both do. The kids are out of school today for President's Day, so I'm just going to be cooking. And you know what? I was thinking I'm going to show you the pastry that I use for my chicken and pastry. So this is it, and I'm not sure if this is available everywhere, but it's the Mary B dumplings. This is if you want it to be more like dumplings and, you know, the mushier pastry. If you want the more just like the wide noodles, get the Anns in the red and yellow box. But this is the kind my mom turned me on to, and it's really good. And speaking of my mom, I was going to show you this. She picked this up for me the other day at Marshall's. I think it was like $2.99 to put brushes in, and I just thought it was so pretty. I think I'm going to put my Sedona lace brushes in it because they'll look pretty. But so I hope you guys have a good day, and sorry this wasn't much. I was just thinking this is probably what I wanted to wear today anyway, so I decided to just do a tutorial. And sometimes it's good to just use one shadow. So I hope you have a good day, and I will see you real soon. Bye-bye.